Welcome to Storytime. Today we're going to be reading a book called Until Someone Listens. This book is written by Estela Juarez and Lisette Norman and illustrated by Teresa Martinez. I look forward to reading this book with you all today. Now let's get ready for story time. Until Someone Listens. A story about borders, family, and one girl's mission. My family used to live together in a house full of love. The yummy smell of my mom's flautas would bring us all to the kitchen. The palm trees outside leaned toward our home like they wanted to come inside and belong. My mom said I got my energy and curiosity from her. My older sister Pamela was more like my dad, calm and quiet as a sunset. I could count the words my dad said in a day on two hands, but his words were always warm, just like my sister's hugs. I had to go everywhere my mom went because I moved fast like a colibri, a hummingbird. As soon as I woke up, I would take off on a quest for answers. I knew I would find what I needed because, just like my mom, I carried hope in my wings. My mother carried hope in her when she left Mexico, where she was born, to come to the other side of the river in search of a better future. Even though she was young and alone in a new country, my mom was brave and determined to make a new life. She went to high school, she worked as a nanny and a waitress. She dreamed of becoming a lawyer one day. My mom fell in love with someone who fought for the country she was now a part of. He was a United States Marine. A year after they married, my sister arrived. I was born 8 years later. Like a curious little colibri, I would go, go, go. And sometimes as a family, we would fly together. When I was 4, a man from the government came to our house. He said my mom had to go back to the other side of the river because she wasn't born in this country. From then on, I never left her side. I was scared to know a world without her in it. Who would be there to kiss me before I went to sleep? My mom and dad asked the government again and again to let her stay. She did everything they told her to do, but nothing changed. Even though no one would listen to them, my parents kept trying. Years passed, a new president came, and it got worse. No one could give us an answer. My mom began having nightmares about leaving us. She ran through the streets of our neighborhood, trying to think of other ways to stay. Then, one August morning, that nightmare became real. It felt like someone ripped us in half. My mom didn't do anything wrong. She was just born somewhere else. Some see people like my mom as ugly weeds that need to be plucked out of the dirt. But they're not weeds. They're wildflowers, all with pretty shapes and colors, each one a different kind of beauty. Waking up in a house without my mom that first day was the hardest of all. My sister gave me extra hugs and kisses at night. My dad promised we'll all be together soon. But soon wouldn't come soon enough. Until then, I was a cloud, a gloomy cloud that sits and stays. When I walked by our kitchen, it was quiet. There was no smell of her flautas, no sound of her singing. I miss the feel of my mother's arms around me, her scent, her love. Families should end up how they started, together. We were one family in two countries, but still together in our hearts. At home, my dad and Pamela made me strong enough to fly far. Since my mom couldn't come home, my parents decided I would go live with her for a while. Even though my heart broke a second time, when I said goodbye to my dad and sister, I was excited to see my mom again. But I shouldn't have had to leave my own country just to see her. It wasn't fair. I knew I had to do something. At first, I read, then I wrote and wrote. It was all I could think to do. I turned what I wrote in my diary into a letter to Congress. I wrote a letter to the president. I wrote letters to newspapers, to anyone who could help, anyone who would listen. When I had to leave my mom again, my quest for answers became more important than ever. I discovered my words have power. My voice has power too, and I won't stop using my voice until someone listens, until my family is together again. Every time I see a hummingbird, I feel my mom near. I imagine her running through the streets of Yucatan, wishing she was a colibri, flying back to me, flying back to us. Thank you so much for reading Until Someone Listens with me. I hope you enjoyed this story, and I hope that you come back and check often as I read new stories each week. Have a beautiful day.